Hey, what's up, everybody? It's Joe again here at Joe Borowsky Live. Now, today's a little bit different. You're going to notice right away that I'm not live. And you're thinking, well, how's it Joe Borowsky Live if you're not live? I haven't figured that part out yet, but we're trying this because I really wanted to see if there's a difference between me posting a video while I'm live and there's people interacting and posting a video after the fact. So we're just checking out different ways of doing things here on YouTube. I've had YouTube for a long time, but this new format that I'm building, where I'm doing a little bit of a talk and a little bit of music kind of thing, is kind of a new realm for me here on YouTube. So and especially the live portion of it. So I think today's topic, I'm going to do it recorded. And there's not going to be any cuts or edits. It's literally the same thing. It's just there's none of that live interaction on the side. And I'm just curious to see if there's anything that changes with posting it. So we're just testing it. Today's topic, though, oh my gosh, I've wanted to do this video since I started doing this, and probably since I started YouTube, to be honest, because it's something that's so close to my heart, and it's something that resonates with me on like a daily basis. So the topic is near-death experiences. And if you don't know what that is, I looked it up. I took some time and I looked up on Wikipedia what it was saying is a near-death experience. So I'll read that to you. A near-death experience is a personal experience associated with death or impending death. Such experiences may encompass a variety of sensations, including detachment from the body, feelings of levitation, total serenity, security, warmth, the experience of absolute dissolution, and the presence of a light. Wow, so that's a lot to take in. But basically, a near-death experience is, in my opinion, is when you've either come close to death or you have crossed over briefly and experienced something that's different from this realm. And what do people say? It made you shook basically afterwards. Like you come back from this experience and you are almost a completely different person. You are someone who is, there could be different things that come, from the experience, but there's usually a moment in time after the experience where you're like, I'm different. Something has changed. So that's a near-death experience to me. Now, I became super obsessed with near-death experiences when I was like, I probably would have been about 15 or 16, maybe, around that age. Because I started to become kind of obsessed with the idea of death and what it actually meant. It kind of freaked me out for a while. I was like, I think one day I was watching this movie, and I can't remember what movie it was, but I was watching this movie and someone big in the film had died, and everybody was kind of reacting to it in the film, and I was like, oh yeah, like, that's kind of crazy. Like, that person's gone. And it hit me so hard, and it really messed with my mind for a long time. And it led me into, some anxieties about death and things like that. So I started to investigate near-death experiences probably by the age of 17, kind of obsessively. And when I say that, like I was reading book after book on it. I was going on the internet because the internet, I was going on the internet and checking out people's experiences, reading up on people's experiences. Not as many people were uploading videos at that time of their experiences. So I was finding websites that would show, testimonials. They would talk about testimonials and what happened during their near-death experience. And I did this so much that I've probably, I'd have to guess, but I've probably read like 1,000 experiences probably over my lifetime at this point, or watched, between watching and reading. And I've come to my own conclusion of what it is. And it's a very controversial subject. Again, I don't know why I'm coming out with these controversy type videos, but this seems to be the pattern I'm going in right now. But for me, it's something, I do believe it's something from a more spiritual realm personally. So I have friends and I've talked to people who have different opinions on it, and that's perfectly fine. I completely agree. Like, I don't agree with your ideas of it, but I'm open to hearing about it. I think the biggest thing that gets me in some of these experiences is a lot of people, there's usually a few common traits, and those common traits are the person at one point pops out of their body. The next thing you know, they're looking down at their body and they're feeling completely detached. They're not feeling emotionally connected to the body anymore. They're not really necessarily freaking out. They're just kind of like, oh, what is that? and then the next thing you know, there's this presence around them that starts to kind of build up around them. Some people will actually go, if they're in a hospital, go down the hallway and see their relatives before they leave, and they can come back after they've come back to life and tell them what they were doing. Things like that is just mind-blowing, like being able to come back and say, yeah, you were getting like a candy bar out of a machine or something, or they're able to even go all the way to their house where they're from and see a relative praying for them or calling somebody. So these are experiences that happen, and then what happens is all of a sudden this light engulfs them, and they go into this kind of warmth that overtakes them. They feel a presence around them that makes them feel safe and that everything's going to be okay. Many times at that point, they'll kind of go through a tunnel. So sometimes you hear about the tunnel that people will go through. Not everybody gets the tunnel, as some people are just like right away in some heavenly realm or a dark realm, depending on what the near-death experience is like. I mean, there's those ones too, which maybe I'll have to make another video to talk about. But yeah, so they go through this tunnel, and then they meet relatives and loved ones. They even see people who have passed on that they didn't know passed on, and that's really trippy too. So they'll see people and be like, oh yeah, I remember you from my life, and then later on confirm that they didn't know those people had passed on and they were actually in that afterlife with them. So those are things that really are verifiable evidence for me. But again, it's my personal opinion. So near-death experiences are something that really speaks to me, because there's something that I remember, and I don't know whether I became obsessed because I somehow had a quick NDE at one point in my life. I don't know. I'm trying to still figure out my journey on that way of things, but I do know that there are people who've had massive transformations in their lives because of these experiences. Sorry about the airplane. This is, like I said, this is live. So anyway, I just think it's so interesting, and it's probably my most I feel the most close to this topic out of anything outside of music, and I can't really put my mind to as to why that is, and maybe someday I'll understand it more. But yeah, it's remarkable, and I think that anybody who's kind of questioning things in life should really look into this more and have your own opinion, of course. A lot of people, the opposite side of what I see, so some of the more scientific approaches will say that there's a chemical release of DMT that we have in our bodies, and once you're going through that death process, that chemical is released and you start having kind of hallucinations of sorts, and you go through some hallucinations, and that kind of brings you into this different parallel feeling of reality. But and I don't want to knock that idea, but if you watch people who've had these experiences, and there's a lot of people who will say that to them, like, this is what it's got to be. They'll look at you like, no, because they'll say that it felt more real than this realm, like what we're doing right now, sitting here having this experience, felt like not even close to the realism of this other realm. So I'm totally fascinated with it. Let me know what your thoughts are. I really think this could be a video that people could start chatting about more. I want to get people more involved in the community here with my channel, and this is one that I think that you should feel safe to talk about. There shouldn't be any judgment. There will be some people that may agree or disagree with what you're saying, but I would love to see people's ideas and thoughts on this topic of what an NDE is. Have you had an NDE? If you have you what happened? Do you know someone who had an NDE? Are you obsessed with the life after death? So this is something you're probably going to see a lot of videos related to this. This is the first of many, I'm sure, that I'm going to be posting about, but I did want to bring it up today because there's something that I feel really super connected to in this life. And yeah, I don't want to experience an NDE by any means, but I just find it fascinating hearing what others have experienced and knowing that there's a chance that there's a lot more to this life than what we give credit for. So, okay, I'm going to do a song that I wrote. It's not necessarily about an NDE, but it's related to me speaking kind of to higher self a little bit. I don't want to really set too much of the groundwork as to what the song is about because I like everyone to pick up what they're feeling as well. I just saw 333 on my clock, and that's another video I'll have to make about synchronicity with numbers and numerology. That's another topic that's super, strong in my journey. So we'll talk more about that. And for now, I'm going to sing a song though I wrote called Holy Ghost. So hopefully you enjoy it. Here we go. Evolve from fallen ghosts without faith. Better days, a loving way, fallen ghosts. Holy Ghost, where did you go? Where did you go? I'm calling you to follow me, follow you too. Blue skies of gray, could feel your touch. You held me, I felt you in ecstasy. Fairy tale gone away. It's like a ship that I've fallen overboard. I can't even breathe. Will you save me? Will you hold me close before I cease? Holy Ghost, where did you go? Where did you go? Calling you to follow me, follow you too. Holy Ghost, where did you go? Where did you go? Calling you to follow me, follow you too. All right, so that is Holy Ghost. That is off my newest album, from my Belief album. It's called Holy Ghost. Well, the album's called Belief. The song's called Holy Ghost. So let me know if you like the song. It's kind of getting more popular on Spotify. I've got some other songs that are higher in the charts on there. It's a pretty deep song. A lot of my music is pretty deep. So if you like songs that are going to make you think a little bit about life and all that stuff, then my music definitely would probably resonate with you. So that's pretty much all I wanted to talk about today, and I wanted to share that song and just really express how important this topic is to me, and it's something that I'll probably share a lot about because it just always comes up. Whenever I'm kind of in a weird place in life, I'm like, I'm gonna go read up on near-death experiences. I don't know. I don't know. I guess I'm kind of like a nerdy near-death experience investigator. I don't really understand what I am. But anyway, let me know if you like this content. Please subscribe up here. Well, I don't think it'll work here, but you can subscribe below. I'm still trying to figure out everything on YouTube. But yeah, please make sure you subscribe so you can see more videos like this. And also, for those who've been checking out the videos live, as opposed to this, let me know what you like better. Did you like the live better? Do you like this better? It's pretty much the same content. I'm just doing it and then uploading it. That's really the difference. So I'm trying to see if it makes much of a difference. Otherwise, we'll just keep doing it this way too. So, and then maybe I'll do like a live show or something on YouTube. We will see. So thanks so much for tuning in, and thanks for sharing the videos as well. It's meant a lot to see everybody sharing these videos. Lots of love, and I'll see you next time.